What's up, my YouTubers? What's up, my subscribers? What's up, my followers? Been so busy. I'm back, y'all. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to all my subscribers and all the people who follow me. You know what I mean? And today, I got me on the menu, y'all. I got me on the menu. I want to share my juvenile hall story with y'all. When I first went to camp, y'all, as a teenager, I went to camp. I got in some trouble, y'all. And I was young and dumb. So this is what it was. I was 16 years old, y'all. I had a car. I had my own vehicle, everything. So, I'll never forget, I was watching the Lakers game. Got some lint on my hat. I was watching the Lakers game, y'all. Oh, forget it. I was watching the Lakers game. And, I forgot who the Lakers was playing. I was watching the Lakers in my room. And two of my friends came in there, and one of them had his girl with him. He was like, "Hey, man, can you drop my girlfriend off, man? She need a ride home." So I'm like, "Yeah, cool. You know, I'll drop her off. No problem." So there's a street in Compton called Greenleaf. She stayed off of Greenleaf and another street called Wilmington. So, we going down Greenleaf, and this is a street, you know, it goes as far as it could take you. Going down Greenleaf Boulevard in Compton, California. There wasn't no cars parked on the way to dropping her off at home. There were no cars parked, anything. We dropped her off. She thanked you for dropping me off. Cool. Me and my two friends riding on the way back home, back to my house. I'm about to just bring them back. Finished watching my Lakers game, y'all. Minded my business. And my friend spotted a car. And like I said, wasn't no cars on the way up parked right there on Greenleaf. On the way back, all of a sudden, it was a car parked, you know, coming back the opposite way to go home. And it was just parked there. And I'm driving, so, you know, I'm not paying attention. My friend's looking out the window. And they said, "Hey, L, man, it's a dude slumped over in the car like he sleep." They like, turn around. So me wasn't thinking. I should have just kept going like, "Nah, man, I ain't turning around, man. I turn around." You know what I mean? And when I turned around, I parked my car in the front of his. We all got out the car, and I'll just say the dude was slumped over in the car. It was an old black dude, probably about 50, 40s, late 40s, 50. He was slumped over in the car like this. He had a bottle of alcohol open in the car where you could see it empty. So the first thing came to our mind was, oh, wow, he was drunk. You know what I mean? Not knowing this was definitely a setup. So, went in his pocket. It was actually money hanging out his pocket, and it was only like 40 bucks in cash. It was all $1 bills. You know what I mean? It was all $1 bills. And got the money. I had the money. That's all I'm gonna say. I had the money, because I'm the only one went to jail for this, so I'm not gonna speak on others. I had the money in my pocket. There was also a fire extinguisher taken out the car and a box cutter taken out the car. That was it. $40, a box extinguisher and a box cutter. Fire extinguisher and a box cutter, all right? It just sat down like on the curve right there, because we looked through the car. He acted like he was asleep or whatever. He was moving a little bit like that, like he was waking up. So we like, oh, let's get out of here. Look, we young kids. So Soon as we walking back to the car, hopping in my car, just like I said to y'all in the last video, the sheriff's rolled up. Guess what? The sheriff's coming down Greenleaf. What a coincidence. It was all a setup for sure. What a coincidence. They coming down Greenleaf. So, they see us. They pull over right away. Hey, what y'all doing? What y'all doing right here? You know? We like, oh man, yeah, we just seen a dude in a car, man. He slumped over, trying to see was he okay. They like, no, y'all stay right there. They stay right there. They put us all, sat us all on the curb and everything. And they say, well, let us ask him what's going on, right? So they asked the dude who acted like he slumped over, drunk in the car, asleep. All of a sudden, he wakes up. And he had an open container, y'all. This is how you know it was a setup, because they didn't take him for DUI, nothing. Trust me. So they come back to us. Oh, y'all put your hands behind y'all back. They put us in handcuffs at this point. And they said, he said he has some money missing. So they searched us. I had the money on me. That's all I'm going to say. I had the money on me. It's like $40, $50. I believe it was like $40 and $1 bill. So it looked like a lot of money. It wasn't. And then they took us all in to juvenile hall. On the way to juvenile hall, the officer said, y'all juveniles, man, you only 16. They towed my car gone. I was just watching the Lakers game. Towed my car. He said, you know what? Our juvenile hall system is so full, we'll just call y'all parents and y'all probably get released. Because it wasn't violent. You know, it was just basically a theft out of auto. But then when we get to juvenile hall, it was a different story. They charged us with robbery. Oh, sorry about that. They charged us with robbery. And it wasn't a violent robbery. We just stole some money out the car. And remember I said it was a box cutter and a fire extinguisher in the car. So they charged with the stolen cash, fire extinguisher, and a box cutter because it was outside of his car. And they all kept us. They didn't let us go. They called our parents. Hey, look, we booking them for robbery. I'm like, oh my God, like what just happened, bro? I was just chilling. You know what I mean? Charge us with robbery. We in there, juvenile hall, my first time ever going to juvenile hall ever. This is my second time getting in trouble because remember I told you the first time was for grand theft auto. This time, sentenced to juvenile hall, y'all. When I went to juvenile hall, the next month we had a court date for trial. So, we at trial, we in front of the judge. All our parents are in there. My friend parents, my parent, not parents, my parent. Because I only had one parent. And the prosecutor says, Your Honor, who had the box cutter? Because they asked me. They put me on the stand. My friends and them all right there. They asked me, who had the box cutter? And I said, I don't know who had the box cutter. I don't know who had the box cutter. I didn't even know it was a box cutter out the car. So he says, if you don't tell us who took the box cutter out the car, we're charging you with stealing the box cutter. Okay. Who had the fire extinguisher? I don't know. The fire extinguisher out the car. If you don't tell us who had the fire extinguisher, we charge you with the fire extinguisher. So they charged me with stealing a fire extinguisher, a box cutter, and $40 in cash. And they let my friends go that day. So a month later, they got sent home. You know, I dapped them up. I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all when I come out. He sentenced me to about a year in camp. I got sentenced to, I didn't get probation. I never got in trouble at all. They just sentenced me to a year in camp. I'm young. You know, when you taking out your environment at a young age, you really kind of lost because, you know what I mean? You used to doing stuff every day, and then one day I was at home watching the Laker game. The next day I wake up, in a big dorm with 100 people in there, and I'm on a program that quick, y'all. Boom. So I'm doing my year in camp, y'all. Doing my year in camp. I'm like, wow. This dude's up in there fighting, and you know, I kind of got into a few problems up in there, not too much, because I was a leader of my whole camp. All the guys that was in my unit, they made me the leader. So I went to Camp Jarvis, I went to Camp Houghton, and I believe it was Camp Pendleton. They sent me to a couple of camp through my camp phases. I know it was Camp Jarvis and Camp Houghton for sure. And I became close with the COs and stuff in there. They used to take us to go play basketball. You know, I was working out, going to school in there. And I was, like I say, I was the leader of my whole squad, my whole unit. And we used to sing songs in there. And it was like military status, you know what I mean? We used to left, right, left when we walked, left, right, left. I used to have to sing that, bro, when we march into school. And it was at least like 500 people from all different units that I had to lead to go to school every morning and come back to the unit every day after school. We'll sing those songs. I don't want to sing those songs for you. We'll sing those songs on the way up, on the way back. We also had wrestling classes up in there. And at about 4 months in, I started getting big. Like, my muscles started expanding and stuff, because I was always skinny, you know what I mean? I was skinny, but I was strong. I was stronger than dudes that was big and bulky and buff and all that, because they would have us wrestle and stuff. They had wrestle classes and stuff like that, and they would put us on the pads, on the mattress pads and stuff like that, and they would let us go at it with the wrestling. And I was wrestling big dudes, man. Some dudes twice my size. Nobody never took me down. I always slammed them, pinned them to the ground, all that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I started getting big up in there. Then I started getting visits and stuff like that. You know, my parent would come visit me and stuff like that. Let me tell y'all, I was so happy to get that Snicker on the weekend when I got a visit, because they don't give you no sugar. You only got the food 3 times a day, and that was it. Now, I used to get extra food because I was the leader of my unit. So if it was any leftovers, I would get the leftovers of that, and I would share it with people who was around me, you know what I mean, to make sure they was full, you know what I mean, because those 3 meals a day was not, it was like maybe 4 chicken nuggets, like a scoop of mac and cheese, like a scoop of vegetables, and a milk. That's your dinner. Like, we were starving up in here, man. So I was so happy to get that Snicker or something, or some nachos or something, not like that, on the weekend, and I was happy. I was happy with that, man. I got released from camp, and when I got released from camp, man, I was so happy. And I remember all my friends, man, they was in the front yard. They knew I was coming home that day, and they was all right there when I got out the car, and they was like, L. And they done the call, y'all. Now I'm not involved. I'm older now, you know. I'm an adult now. But when we was young, you know, and we had our call, it was all right. And I'll never forget all my friends, man. They supported me. They was all across the street, because I got home, but so my friends stayed across the street, and all of them was like, "L, all right." And you know, I done the call back. They welcomed me home, man. And from there on, I tried to walk a straight path, y'all. But that's a story, man, of do not get involved. Even if you see a car on the road, don't fall for it. Don't even do it at all. I got set up, and it was my fault. I shouldn't have turned around, like I said. And I have to pay for that, man. So at the end of the day, man, y'all stay out the way, man. And sometimes the eyes can be deceiving. Your eyes can definitely be deceiving. And Y'all stay out the way. So I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. It was just a car, and I'm gonna tell y'all these cars keep I'm gonna start filming them, and I'm gonna show y'all something, because if I get hit in the car, it's not my fault. I want y'all to know that if a car hit me, because there's something going on, like road rage or something like that, and I'm being serious. I don't have nothing to do with no road rage. I had no reason to lie about anything. It seemed like I'm still trying to get set up. Every time I'm driving, it's either a car passing me up fast and swerving in the front of me, or just flying past me like they have no sense. So if I get into a wreck, y'all know why. I'm just letting y'all know now. I had no idea why they doing this, what's the setup about, or whatever. I'm gonna start filming it. I should have been filming them and letting y'all see what I'm talking about. It was another car pulled on the side of me. He first of all, I could see him in my rear view, and I see him coming fast. I was in the left lane, he was in the right lane. He speeds all the way up until where my car is, and slows down to the same speed that I'm doing, stays there for about 40 seconds, and about time I start filming, I caught when he was still on the side of me, and then he slows all the way down and gets in the back of me, and he's just telling my bumper, wanting me to, I don't know, slam on the brakes or pull over or have a temper tantrum. I have no idea, bro. But I'm definitely being provoked. I'm keeping my cool, y'all. And I just want y'all to know that I'm going to post a video on that and show y'all I'm not lying, y'all. Handle your business, man. Tap in, like, subscribe. Thanks to my subscribers, y'all. Thanks to my followers. Let's go.